I saw Thor Love and Thunder last night, and I thought it was pretty good. I had a lot of fun with it. I enjoyed it. Me and my friends, we all seemed to like it. It was very energetic and zany and colourful, and it was just generally an all-round good time. This movie has a lot of jokes. It's like 20 jokes a minute. And not everyone lands, I'll admit. Not every joke is good, but the ones that are put a smile on my face, made my day. Good stuff, enjoyable. The action is pretty solid. I mean, it's not incredible, but it was pretty good for the most part. That entire segment on the Shadow World, Shadow Realm was really cool. I love it when they go black and white. I thought that was really cool, very monochromatic. But funnily enough, Twitter would have you believe that Thor Love and Thunder is the worst movie ever made, and I really don't agree. I don't know, maybe it's just because my Twitter is full of people negatively expressing opinions on things, or if it's like an overall consensus, but I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't agree. I think Thor Love and Thunder is pretty solid. I think it's roughly on par with Ragnarok. I wouldn't say it's better. It's definitely not better than Ragnarok. It's on even field for me personally. I'm slightly leaning towards Ragnarok here, but they're both pretty fun and enjoyable movies. I will say that I definitely prefer Gorr the God Butcher to Hela. Gorr is actually one of my favorite comic book villains, and seeing him translated to the big screen was pretty wild. But I do have some criticisms of Gorr. Christian Bale did not quite give the performance I was expecting, but that's fine, he's like a weird little character. If I'm being honest, it was very cowardly to not have Gorr look like this. The MCU has been active for a while now. We are beyond the point of not doing weird shit. So, the fact that Gorr has a nose is cowardly, pathetic. Taika Waititi, you're a coward. Kevin Feige, you're a coward. Why could Gorr not look like this? I don't care that you wouldn't be able to see Christian Bale. I don't care, right? He should not have a nose. And it makes me mad that he has a nose. Also, for someone called the God Butcher, he doesn't butcher a lot of gods on screen. He butchers maybe 2, at best, and that's weak. Coward move. Maybe there's a deleted scene out there of Gorr killing more gods, but he kills 2 in the movie. Whatever. His backstory is handled pretty much the same, they just simplify the hell out of it, because I get it. You're not gonna go all in. Fine. At the very least, they maintain the basics of the character of Gorr the God Butcher. He's mad, he wants to butcher the gods, he lost his family. Cool. We've maintained that. He has a nose, whatever. Jane Foster comes back for the first time in almost a decade. Natalie Portman's great in this, I'll say it. I really like Jane Foster in this movie. She has a lot of fun in the movie, and you can tell that she's having a lot of fun. I like the design of her costume when she's Thor. I just really enjoyed her in this movie. It's really cool seeing her and Thor interact in this movie, and seeing her in general was just really neat. I do wish that we had a little more time with her before she got Mjolnir. We have maybe 1-2 scenes max before she becomes the mighty Thor. I wish we had a little bit more time at the beginning. And that's kind of a problem I have with a lot of the modern Marvel movies of the last couple years, is that I think they needed more time to linger on things. Especially Multiverse of Madness and especially Love and Thunder. These 2 movies really needed just more time to linger and to let something sit. And I get it, look, Taika Waititi, you're doing the zany, colourful antics, I get it, but could you let this linger a bit? Love and Thunder has emotional moments, and they mostly worked for me. The finale with Gorr and his daughter was pretty good. I mean, it's not crying, I'm not weeping at it, but I get it, I feel bad, I'm invested. That's not bad at all. The fact that I'm invested in Gorr the God Butcher is great. Well done. Korg, he's in this movie. Korg is surprisingly prominent in the movie. He's a part of the main group, which I was not expecting. But, I mean, hey, Taika Waititi, I get it. More Valkyrie was pretty cool. I wish she got a little more development personality-wise, but I mean, that's fine. Tessa Thompson, I get it. She's pretty epic. Valkyrie gets some cool action. She has a nice scene with Korg where they're just sort of talking about their lives and their relationships. That's kind of cool. I guess it's kind of nice. Thor himself, I kind of get it. If there's one thing I can understand about the hate for this movie is that I do get why people aren't into Thor being this comedic. Some people prefer pre-Ragnarok Thor, where he was mostly serious, and I understand, and I get it, but at the same time, I frankly do not care much for pre-Ragnarok Thor. I'll say that Thor 1, the first Thor, that's actually kind of a solid movie. I'm into it. I like it a lot, but people out here really saying that Thor the Dark World is a good movie, and they are wrong, quite frankly. They are wrong in every conceivable way. And if I see anyone in the comments saying Thor the Dark World is a good movie, I am in fact going to come to your house and burn it to the ground. I'm not kidding. That's garbage, and you're wrong. But I do understand why people aren't huge on the comedy Thor. A lot of the jokes involving Thor didn't quite hit. At best, they would get an exhale out of me, like I would breathe through my nose. You know, I mean, it's better than Thor the Dark World Thor and Thor 1 Thor, so there's that, I suppose. Although I will say I'm not huge on his costume for the movie. That weird sort of blue and gold colouring just isn't really doing it for me. It looks weird. It's very weird, like it doesn't look good in a lot of the shots, and there's that one bit with the helmet, which everyone is ranting about, which is funny because that helmet is literally just in that scene, and Thor wears it again. They literally made it for that scene, and it still looked kind of bad. So that was kind of funny, I guess, seeing that in the film for like 2 seconds. Whatever. Look, if I were to give Thor Love and Thunder a rating out of 10, I'd probably give it like an 8, maybe an 8.5. Like, it was good. I really had a lot of fun with it. I enjoyed it. It could have done a lot of things better in terms of the pacing, because I feel like the film was constantly sprinting, what I'm saying. I wish we got more time with pre-Thor Jane, and I think that maybe Gore could have had a little bit more screen time in the film, but I really enjoyed a lot of the movie. So yeah, good stuff. Well done. Can't wait for Thor 5 in 2028. Very cool. Thanks, Taika.